Good morning, beloved. As the sun rises and light spills into the world, let us remember one thing. God is near. Not just near in theory, not just a distant presence watching from afar. No, He is Emmanuel, God with us. He is here right now, beside you, within you, and ahead of you. In the stillness of a new morning, as the light slowly breaks through the shadows of night, we are reminded of something profoundly comforting. God is present. Not just present in a distant or abstract sense, but intimately close, nearer than our own breath. He is not a silent observer watching us from afar, but a loving Father who walks beside us in every moment of our lives. Sometimes, life's burdens can cloud our awareness of Him. In the noise of our schedules, the heaviness of our worries, or the quiet ache of loneliness, we may begin to wonder if God has stepped away. But the truth is, He never leaves. Even in the moments when we cannot feel Him, He is there. When our prayers feel like whispers into the void, He hears them. When we are too tired to speak, He understands the language of our tears. God's presence isn't dependent on our emotions or our ability to sense Him. It is a constant, unwavering reality. From the very beginning, God has desired closeness with His creation. In the garden, He walked with Adam. In the wilderness, He led the Israelites by cloud and fire. And in the ultimate act of closeness, He came down in the form of Jesus, God with us. That same nearness is available to us today through His Spirit. He walks with us through every valley, stands with us on every mountaintop, and waits with us in every season of uncertainty. There is no place we can go where He is not already present. In the depths of our despair or the heights of our joy, He is there. In our failures and in our victories, His love remains unchanged. He is the God who sits with the broken-hearted and rejoices with the hopeful. He is the one who sees beyond the surface, who knows every fear we carry, and who gently whispers, "You are not alone." When we open our hearts each morning and acknowledge His presence, it changes everything. Suddenly, the day ahead doesn't feel so overwhelming. The path doesn't seem so uncertain. Because we are not walking it alone. We are held, guided, and strengthened by the one who knows the way. He is our refuge when we are weary, our peace when we are anxious, and our light when we can't see the road ahead. So as we rise today, before the noise begins, before the lists and demands take over, let us take a sacred pause. Let us sit in the quiet and simply say, "God, I know You're here." And in that moment, we will begin to see that He has been there all along, through every sleepless night, every silent tear, every unsure step. He is not distant. He is not waiting for us to get it all together. He is near, here, now, walking beside us, holding us with a love that never lets go. This morning, before the rush of the day pulls us into its rhythm, let us pause and take a deep breath, not just for oxygen, but for awareness. That breath you just took is a gift. The beating of your heart, steady and faithful through the night, is a quiet miracle. The fact that you opened your eyes to see a new day, hear the world stir to life, and feel the coolness or warmth of this morning, all of it is grace. None of it is guaranteed, yet here it is. That alone is enough reason to begin today with gratitude. So often, we wake up already thinking ahead. The tasks waiting, the responsibilities looming, the pressures we must face. But what if we chose to start differently? What if our first words were not worries or plans, but praise? Thank you, Lord, for this day. Thank you for life, for breath, for a chance to begin again. Gratitude shifts the atmosphere of our hearts. It doesn't erase hardship, but it repositions our focus. When we are thankful, we become more aware of the presence of God in the ordinary. We may not have everything we want. We may carry burdens that haven't lifted. But even in the midst of struggle, there are blessings, countless, often overlooked. The roof over our heads. The food we will eat today. The people who care about us. The strength in our legs to rise from bed. The mind to think, to reflect, to choose. Each is a gift wrapped in simplicity. And each one is a reminder that God is present, providing, sustaining. Gratitude is not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about recognizing that even in imperfection, We are held by a perfect God. It's about seeing the fingerprints of His kindness in the small everyday moments. The sunlight peeking through the curtains, the sound of laughter in another room, the aroma of morning coffee, the voice of a loved one on the other end of the phone. These are not coincidences. They are graces, subtle whispers of divine love scattered throughout our day. When we make a habit of giving thanks, especially in the morning, we invite joy into our spirit. Gratitude opens our eyes. It softens our hearts. It makes us slower to complain and quicker to bless. It reminds us that we are not alone, that we are seen, that we are loved beyond measure. It becomes a form of worship, not just in church, but in the kitchen, in traffic, at work, in silence. Let us not wait for something grand to feel grateful. Let us not miss the sacred in the simple. Each morning is a new invitation to give thanks, not out of obligation, but out of awareness. The kind of thankfulness that isn't loud or showy, but quiet and real, the kind that says, God, I see what you've given me today, and it is enough. This morning, as you awaken to a new day, take a moment to sit with whatever is on your heart. Maybe there are worries lingering from yesterday or fears rising about what's to come. Perhaps you feel a weight you can't quite describe, something pressing down on your chest even as you try to go about your day. Whatever it is, bring it to God. Speak it, whisper it, or simply hold it in your hands and offer it up to Him, because nothing you carry is too big for Him to hold. God is not surprised by your anxiety. He isn't overwhelmed by your doubts. He doesn't flinch at your questions or pull away when you feel afraid. He sees it all, knows it all, and still chooses to stay close. The same God who created the heavens and calmed the seas invites you to give Him your burden, not just the polite ones you're comfortable sharing, but the deep, raw parts you tend to keep hidden. He can handle them. He wants them. He's not asking you to figure everything out before you come to Him. He's asking you to trust Him enough to bring it all, just as it is. So often we try to carry things alone. We rehearse our worries in our minds, playing them over and over, searching for answers, craving control. We imagine worst-case scenarios and exhaust ourselves with what-ifs. But there is a better way. There is a peace available to those who are willing to let go, not because everything suddenly makes sense, but because they've chosen to trust the one who holds the answers. Trusting God doesn't mean pretending everything is okay. It means choosing to believe that He is still good even when things don't look good. It means trusting His heart even when you can't trace His hand. This morning, hand it over. That financial stress, that relationship pain, the uncertainty about your future, the diagnosis you didn't expect, the insecurity you carry in silence, all of it belongs at His feet. You were never meant to carry it alone. Scripture says, cast all your anxiety on Him because He cares for you. That's not just poetic language. That's an invitation. A lifeline. A promise. God isn't distant or indifferent. He cares deeply, personally, endlessly. As you trust Him with your worries, something beautiful happens. You begin to experience a quiet strength. A calm in the middle of the storm. A reassurance that you are not walking through this day alone. Trust grows not in the absence of struggle, but in the presence of a faithful God who never fails. Your peace will not come from having all the answers, but from knowing the one who does. So today, trust Him, not with just a part of your life, but with all of it. Let Him carry what you no longer can. Let Him be your refuge, your help, your comfort. His arms are strong enough, and His love is wide enough. You are safe with Him. As the morning light begins to rise and fill the room, there is something sacred about this moment, a quiet invitation to release what we were never meant to control. Each day we are faced with choices, responsibilities, deadlines, relationships, and situations that demand our energy and attention. And somewhere in the midst of it all, we often convince ourselves that if we could just manage everything perfectly, hold it all together, then life would go the way we want. But the truth is, we were never created to carry the weight of control. There is a subtle heaviness that comes from trying to predict, fix, and manage every outcome. We plan, we analyze, we worry, all in the name of responsibility, but underneath, there is often fear. Fear of what might happen if we let go. Fear of the unknown. Fear that if we aren't in charge, things will fall apart. But what if peace isn't found in having everything under control? What if true peace comes in surrender? Surrender isn't weakness. It's not giving up. It's not passivity. It is an act of trust, a bold and beautiful declaration that God's ways are higher than ours, that His thoughts are deeper, and that His timing is perfect. Surrender says, God, I may not understand how all of this will unfold, but I choose to believe that you do. It is the decision to loosen our grip on the outcomes we can't guarantee and place them into the hands of the one who never makes a mistake. When we stop striving to orchestrate every detail and instead lean into God's wisdom and sovereignty, we create space for peace to settle in. That anxious tension that grips the heart begins to loosen. That inner dialogue of worry begins to quiet. Surrender creates room for rest, not just physical rest, but soul-deep rest that comes from knowing we are not in charge, and that's okay. The pressure is not all on us, and it never was. Every moment of this day is already known by God. Every detail has passed through His loving hands. That conversation you're worried about, the decision you're agonizing over, the future you can't yet see, He's already there. He doesn't need you to figure it all out. He simply asks that you follow, step by step, with open hands and a trusting heart. He will lead you. He will provide. He will protect. In the stillness of this morning, breathe deeply and allow yourself to release whatever you've been holding too tightly. Lay down your plans, your fears, your expectations, and ask God to fill that space with His peace. He is not waiting for you to have it all together. He is simply waiting for you to let Him in. Let today be a day marked not by striving, but by surrender. Not by control, but by trust. Let His peace cover you like the morning sun, gentle and sure, as you rest in the truth that He is in control, and His plan is unfolding perfectly, even if you cannot yet see it.